Hey, didn't realize that would pop up so soon. We're just talking about needing caffeine.
Very much. Desperately needing it on this Friday. But it's okay.
It's okay. We will power through because it is Friday and it's like warm outside, which means it's feeling kind of warm in here. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little toasty in here. Not a fan.
It is a little toasty.
But that's okay.
Kind of warm, and I'm in a t-shirt. I might have like some sweat stains, so just ignore.
It's okay. The shirt's very cute. It's still very, very nice.
Nice. I like
this.
this.
Express.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love it. It's
There
gorgeous.
we go. Well, Studio 10 is getting us ready for the weekend.
Yeah,
so what
you
can
want
we
to talk
look
about
forward to?
hot? Let's talk about today's show, okay?
Right.
We've got the Dolmac biking group. They're going to be joining us, and can you believe this, Taylor? They are biking from Lansing to the Mackinac Bridge. This is a big group of them.
Just making the drive. I mean, it's a 3-hour drive, but still.
That's a lot. For some of us, I have to make at least 2 to 3 pit stops, okay? To keep my eyes focused, to make sure I'm awake. You got to let the coffee that we were talking about, the caffeine's got to kick in.
Yeah.
But you might as well be doing it on foot. That's a lot more
Might
power.
as well.
But they
I'm
are
so tired.
amazing. But they're going to tell us how they've been preparing for this, what's on their back, like what kind of little safety, like a safety kit that they're bringing with them and whatnot. So very exciting conversation. They're going to bring their bikes. We're going to be outside in the weather patio. So really excited to hear that. And who knows, maybe one day I can get there and join them on a bike ride.
Just takes practice.
Yeah, sometimes the car ride is enough itself.
Yes.
But really exciting, and we're going to have them on. They're going to talk about it, and also they do a lot of other bike tours as well, so you guys can learn how you can join them.
Ooh.
Like we mentioned, Friday, however way you like to say it, don't worry, we've got it. 517 Friday, Sarah Pierce is giving us 3 different events that we can go to, and you know what, I'm not even going to leave it as a surprise because I know you've already heard about it. The Lansing Bless Fest is happening. We've got that going on. We've got the East Side Summer Festival, which is a celebration of the east side of Lansing, not East Lansing, but the east side of Lansing. And we've got a car show coming up too as well. So a lot of really cool things, and she gives us all the details of where you can go, if you got to register, if you want to attend, if it's family friendly, children friendly, maybe more just like a night out for adults. She's got all of those details for us today too. We've also noticed that, yes, it is back to school week, too.
Yes, it is.
So we're going to learn about how therapy dogs are also training to help students throughout the school year and what ways that we can find them, what they do to prepare as well. So we've got that, and we're also going to go between the shelves
All right.
at Cattle Williamston and talk about how they don't just offer books there, but people actually forget about all the great things you can do at the library.
They have a lot of great resources,
Yeah.
whether it's like tutoring or technology. They have all these laptops and monitors available.
I think people kind of miss out on that. But don't worry, we're going to make sure you don't miss out on anything. Today, of course, in Studio 10, it all happens at 3. And just in case, if you miss it, because again, it is a beautiful day outside, I won't even get upset. Don't worry, you can go to WI Like Studio 10 on YouTube, and you can find all of our videos, so many more things that you can subscribe to, and a lot more.
Woohoo! All right. Thank you, Rochelle.
Thank you, Taylor.
Of course, of course. Make sure you're tuning in at 3 o'clock for Studio 10. Like Rochelle was saying, if you're looking for any fun things to do across mid-Michigan this weekend with those beautiful temperatures, check out Studio 10 because they have so many great ideas, and you get to hear from the people who put on these events. So you get to hear from them what's going on, and just learn all the information, all the insight before you head out to these events, and just a great way to stay connected within our community and learn about all the fun events that these volunteers and these event organizers put on, because it's a lot of hard work, so we appreciate everything that they do. Again, just make sure that you're checking that out on WILX Studio 10. And I'll show you, oh, never mind, it's not connected. Our other little computer is supposed to be connected, but it's not. Usually I go on YouTube and search WILX Studio 10, as you saw their social media handle is on. There are many different social media platforms, but you get to go on there and check out their different playlists or their different videos, whether that's Cole's Crafts with Nicole Buckman, Rochelle's Recipes with Rochelle LeGrand, and then Claudia always has really cool feature stories, whether it's history related, or for example today working on a You're Not Alone piece. So with that said, I'm going to quickly pull up our You're Not Alone campaign series right here with the QR code that has those mental health care professional resources. Once you scan that QR code, you'll be able to access all of those resources across mid-Michigan. I should rephrase that, not all of them. We have a few resources per mid-Michigan county under there, just as a little starter for you, provide some of that guidance into finding that help so you can get the support you need, whether it's advice, having someone listen to you and being there, who can help understand and guide you through your emotions and your situation. Just know they're doing this to improve your emotional well-being, whether that's with stress, anxiety, depression. I know a lot of those feelings can arise, especially as students are heading back to school. And maybe not just for the students, but the parents who are leaving their students and children at the schools. And then you talk about the principals, the teachers, and the staff themselves who are going through a lot, and they've gone through a lot of preparation to get ready for this school year. So I'm sure a lot of people are going through a transition of their emotions and their lifestyles right now. Just know we have those resources out there for you if you are looking for that support and help. Just scan the QR code with your cell phone's camera. There you go. I know that Chris Schultz is joining us from East Lansing. So right now I'm going to give you a quick look outside over Michigan State University in East Lansing. Chris, thank you for joining us. We hope you're having a great Friday. You're seeing all of those blue skies, just a little bit of those wispy clouds. But other than that, great feeling day today, okay? Get outside. Darren Rockwell was in for News 10 today at 11, saying our temperatures today are flirting with the 80s. And then I will share a little bit more into what you can expect the rest of this day across mid-Michigan. Expect more of those high 70s, 80 feeling degree day today. And then tonight we'll dip into the low 60s. So feeling nice out. You can't expect that humidity to creep back into the forecast, right? Especially earlier this week, we had the lows in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and now we're inching closer and closer to the 60s in the forecast. So just know, again, that humidity is also increasing as we increase in heat with those temperatures. So you can use your AC if you need. Otherwise, stay up to date on the forecast so that you can learn more about how to plan out your weekend and also just go about your day. So that is what we have coming up. I will show some more live looks across mid-Michigan. We'll take a live look in downtown Mason. And earlier in the week, we saw those flags moving around a little bit more. Today, they're not moving as much. You can see there's still a slight breeze out there. But for the most part, calm weather outside, I should say. I saw a wasp fly across the sky cam right there. But yes, it should be pretty dry. It will be dry. Expect those high temperatures, humidity. Other than that, the breeze and transfer precipitation should remain pretty low throughout the weekend and into next week, actually, too. But make sure you are turning in to our First Alert meteorologist to learn more about your First Alert forecast. We will have Colton Sigaracki filling in for Andy Provenzano tonight. And then a change in tomorrow, you'll see Darren Rockwell in for News 10 today to start off your Saturday morning. So make sure that you are tuning in for all of those changes as well. But yes, again, a live look outside across our area. Let me try to give you a few more live looks. We will now take you to downtown Jackson. Let's check that out real quick. Again, you're seeing more of the blue skies. They have a little bit more clouds that we're seeing. Again, just small wispy clouds up in the sky. None like the big poofy clouds we saw earlier in the week. But you're seeing these thin clouds in the sky right now. Should not impact anything going on. Again, it's very sunny and warm, and that humidity is increasing outside. And then I'll give you one last look. We'll take a live look over LCC or also downtown Lansing, because I know the LCC Stars and the MSU Spartans begin their first day of classes on Monday. So this is the last summer feel for a lot of those students, and they are soaking it up. So I'm sure they're outside. So if you are in downtown Lansing or you're in East Lansing, just be careful of all of those students and just everywhere you go across mid-Michigan and beyond, because many students are returning, which means a lot more traffic out on the roads and just out in the local areas. So again, just be mindful of all of these transitions heading back to school. It's going to be a very, very busy time of year. But I also want to share what we have coming up today during our 90 minutes of news, and starting with First at 4. During Mid-Michigan Matters, we are continuing our President's Week. And so throughout the week we did not do Monday. Monday was a different day. So I guess 4 days for your President's Week. On Tuesday, we brought in President Guskowitz with Michigan State University, who is going into his first full year as MSU's president. And then on Wednesday, we brought in LCC's president, Dr. Steve Robinson. And yesterday, on Thursday, we brought in CMU's president, Dr. Bob Davies, or not Dr., President Bob Davies. There you go. And today on Mid-Michigan Matters, to continue President's Week and round it out, we are bringing Eastern Michigan University's president out as well, so make sure you are tuning in for that. Let me pull up more info real quick to see what else you can expect today. There you go. All right, so taking a quick look at what we have coming up today on News 10. Usually we have the little bullet points, but we're going to scratch that and just get right into it. So an apartment complex popular with MSU students is getting a lot of complaints from both students and their parents about terrible, even unhealthy living conditions. So of course this is a concern as those students are back on campus, and I also just mentioned they're starting classes on Monday. So a lot of those students who are in this apartment not having a great situation when they're beginning school so soon. So Riley Connell is talking to students to see what they can do as they start their school year. Also on News 10 today, the man responsible for the death of a 2-year-old last summer, Rashad Trice, is learning his sentence today in Grand Rapids federal courtroom. So hear from the federal prosecutor on this major step in the tragic case of Winter Smith. And then also on News 10, with more than 750,000 youth across Michigan on waiting lists for after-school programs, the state recently allocated $57 million in funding to provide out-of-school time, such as in-person before school, after school, and summer programming to youth in any grades K through 12. So we have our News 10's Tanaya Jordan to share even more into that, and give me just a second to turn it over to Tanaya. There's a lot of buttons over here, so give me just 1 minute. All right, there we go. We're going to hear from Tanaya Jordan on what she is coming up today later during our 90 minutes of news.
Hi, Taylor. The state has set aside $57 million to expand after-school programs right here in Michigan. Today at 5:30, I'll be talking to the local Boys and Girls Club to see how this kind of money can help add more activities to their programs. For now, back to you.
All right, thank you, Tanaya. Yeah, a big thing about students returning to school is what do you do with them after school, especially for those parents who are working 9-to-5 jobs or even later. What do you do with your children when they get done around 2, 3, 4 o'clock and they don't have those extracurriculars at school, whether it's, you know, soccer, basketball, track, gymnastics, volleyball is happening right now. So if they aren't involved in those extracurriculars, what do you do with them when they're done with the school day? Do they come home and do they have someone that they can hang out with? Do they have other hobbies, extracurriculars going on? Maybe different programs like Tanaya Jordan will be talking about during our 90 minutes of news. So make sure you're tuning in because she's going to share more on how this not only helps the students, but more especially for all of you busy parents out there who have your own lives going on and, you know, love your children, but you also have your own lives to live. So how do you manage that schedule load? So she's going to share more again on those programs, those after school programs, even before school programs coming up today during our 90 minutes of news. But again, I know we rushed through a little bit what we have coming up during our 90 minutes of news. So I'm just going to pull that up for you right here again. One more time, you can view all of what is to come up today. Again, though, other than that, you can see First Alert Meteorologist Colton Sikoraki on Studio 10, first at 4 in our 90 minutes of news, sharing more into the great weather that you can experience across mid-Michigan today, so make sure you're checking that out. Something else that I also want to mention before we hop off the desk here is a quick update to something we posted on our website, WILX.com. Our digital team posted this article of a woman from DeWitt dying Thursday evening in a car crash in Alabama. So just before 8 p.m., the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency said a woman died in a 2-car crash near Hayden, Alabama. So police say this was 67-year-old Janice M. Menny from DeWitt. So condolences go out to her family. Again, she died Thursday evening in Alabama, and this is a woman from DeWitt. And according to authorities, Menny was driving on US 31 in Blount County when a car driven by 50-year-old Louis E. Soley II crashed into her vehicle, and police say that the woman, again her name is Janice, did die on the scene after that 2-car crash in Alabama. So again, she is from DeWitt. That's why we're tying it in here locally, because even though it happened in Alabama, she is from our area. So again, our condolences go out to that family. And again, condolences to everything else that we are sharing today. I know there's some hard news, and you know, that's just what we do here on the news, is we share everything going on across our area, and a lot of it can be hard and bring you down a little bit. So again, no matter what you're going through, if it's in your personal life or things you're seeing on social media, in the news and beyond, there are resources out there for you to improve your emotional well-being We know because hey, we cover the news right here, that a lot of this stuff can weigh you down. It can be a lot to process. So those resources are out there for you when you're ready and want to seek all of that support and help. Again, go check that out if you are in need of any of those resources across our area. And one more time, before we head off the News 10 Plus digital desk, we'll end this on a good note again. All of those students who are starting school this Monday, and I know a lot of other public schools and areas have started school already, but I know Chris is joining us, so I'm just going to end it with this, Chris. Live look over at MSU right now, looking at those vibrant colors on campus, and I'm sure a lot of students are happy to be back on MSU's campus. And also we'll show you downtown Lansing one more time, because LCC students will be back on Monday as well. I know CMU, Central Michigan, is also starting classes on Monday. So a lot of those big public universities and even community colleges are getting started on Monday. Just make sure, again, that you are being mindful as those students are out on the roadways and you're taking your time, because they're going to be busy walking to and from class, getting on and off the bus stop, heading to their extracurriculars. Even the cross-country students and athletes, I'm sure, are running around neighborhoods, running around the area. So just take your time out on the roadways, especially with those bicyclists, those runners, anyone else. Just make sure that you're sharing. I need to drink some water. Make sure that you are sharing the road with them and taking your time out there, okay? That's just your little Friday tidbit. We hope you all have a great Friday. You enjoy the beautiful summer weather that we have in store for us heading into the weekend and even into next week. And then again, you can hear Colton Sikoraki coming up on Studio 10 in just under 40 minutes here, followed by First at 4 and our 90 minutes of news for more into your First Alert forecast. That is it from me on the News 10 Plus digital desk. We hope you have a great rest of your Friday and your weekend in Michigan. Have a good one.